So, you want to know how to attract the right people in your life. Coming from someone that has dealt with negative people, that has dealt with feeling alone, um, even when you're in a crowded area, or even when you are with friends or people, you still tend to feel alone, or you still tend to feel like you're not in the right space or in the right area. This is something that I've always dealt with my whole life, was feeling like I don't necessarily belong in the setting or in the space that I'm at, and I feel like forever I just felt like either I had to always kind of lower my standards. I felt like I always had to lower my standards for people. I felt like I always had to lower my expectations, or not necessarily expectations. I do feel like it's good to always have, it's good to not have expectations, because not having expectations leads to you not getting attached, right? From certain things in life. But that's a whole different topic. But what I wanted to discuss was just the the fact that I feel like for so long I just kind of felt like I would have to like devalue myself a bit, or just so I can fit in with whoever I'm with, or who my friends are currently. I've never been the type of person to homie hop, or have different friends. I always kind of stuck around with the same people, and I'm so grateful for, because I feel like with these people I've grown so much, and I've learned so much about myself. And now I've come to a point where, you know, I'm consistently finding people that match me. And this doesn't even involve relationships. This involves friendships, this involves coworkers, this involves just anybody period. I feel like I'm now starting to attract those people in my life that I feel like actually match me, or have the same energy as me. And I feel like for so long I had to really, you know, step down a bit, or lower my standards for what I want in a person for so long, because I feel like I always felt like I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the person that I truly wanted to be around, or actually felt safe with, or actually wanted to, grow with. And the one thing that has actually helped me to find people that I actually wanted to hang around with and actually benefited me, the first thing that I did, which is going to sound cliche, is honestly, from the bottom of my heart, loving myself. Loving myself to an extent where I stopped allowing myself to be disrespected. I stopped allowing myself to be surrounded by negative people. I stopped myself from always trying to find a way to fit in, even if that meant degrading my own values or my own beliefs just so I could try to fit in. The moment I stopped caring about what other people thought of me, or what other individuals will think of me, just the whole concept, or the whole perception of what another human being is going to view of me, the moment I stopped caring was the moment that I started attracting every single person that I wish I would have had from the start. And honestly, it really didn't take me that long. It really didn't take me that long. From the moment that I actually understood that the only way that I was going to find good people in my life was to stop surrounding myself with negative people, it was it was in a heartbeat where I found other people that I actually adored, and I actually felt like I didn't have to be someone else. I didn't necessarily have to be someone else. And when it comes to also attracting the right people in your life, one thing that you need to understand is that the right people will only come into your life if you actually put in the effort. If you put in the effort to try and find these people, right? And you also have to understand that it's okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone. It's okay for you to have a period of loneliness where you don't have someone, or where you don't have anybody in your life that you feel like you can relate to or talk to or feel safe with or make memories with or grow with. You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with isolating yourself or being in a state of isolation. Shit. My camera dropped. All right, we're not even gonna edit that shit. All right, we're just gonna make this as raw as possible. Okay, we're not gonna do no form of editing or nothing. All right, this is just straight from the jump. Okay, this is what I want this channel to be about. It's just straight, raw, authentic content. That's all I want. That's truly all I want. And I will be uploading more videos, and I will be uploading about more different topics soon. But yeah, so a period of isolation is definitely necessary if you want to attract the right people in your life or the right person. This goes for both relationships and friendships, guys. This goes for both. You need to be in a period of isolation where you can understand yourself and you actually start to love yourself. You're not going to love yourself unless if you don't isolate yourself. And that's the truth. You cannot love yourself while being surrounded by people who are not good for you or you feel like you can't connect with. You have to be alone. Once you learn how to be alone, you are better than close to 90% of the population. Once you learn how to be alone. As human beings, we are very social creatures. We need people to survive. We need communities. We need societies to survive. This is how humans have always been. But if you can learn how to be alone for certain periods of time in your life, you're set. You're set. Only then will you actually start to attract the right people in your life. Is when you can learn how to actually be alone. And once I started actually learning to be alone and stop necessarily caring about having somebody in my life when I never really needed them in my life to begin with, or once I stopped fearing losing people, or once I stopped being so fixated on what other people are going to think of me, was the moment that I started attracting the right people in my life. And this is not easy. I'm not saying this is easy. This is difficult. Of course, it's going to be difficult. Anything in life that causes you to change and that causes you to grow as an individual will always be hard. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be easy. But I'd rather go through the struggle and I'd rather go through all the hardship necessary and grow from it than to be stuck in that state for the rest of my life. And that's the truth. It's really not that complicated to find the right people in your life and to start attracting the right people in your life. It's really not. You just have to put in the work and you have to have the mindset. You have to have the mindset of being surrounded by people that you genuinely want to be with. It's not impossible. And don't ever feel like you're alone. Remember, you're making a choice to be alone. You're making a choice to not be so fixated on being surrounded by people who aren't even good for you in the first place. It's a choice. But once you make that choice, and that choice is very necessary, once you make that choice, you're going to automatically attract the right people in your life. And once you do that, once you actually accomplish that, once you actually find the people that you genuinely adore and benefit from and are so thankful to have in your life, it's game over. Everything else, you're winning. You can do anything in your life. You can start anything. And when you have the right people in your life, they're always going to support you no matter what. That's what it's all about.